Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a PvT between MaxPax and uThermal here on Romanticide, the latter edition, bottom right. It is uThermal, the old man Dutch player, and in the top left, we've got the relatively younger player MaxPax from, I want to say, Sweden. I thought MaxPax was from, like, Russia for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But, let's see here. He's from Storm Gaming. Oh, no, he's Danish, not Swedish. He's from Denmark. Oh, no. Now, everybody from Denmark is mad at me. I am sorry. I do apologize, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you a difference between Denmark and Sweden if my life depended on it. Okay. Keep digging that hole, Falcon Paladin. Maybe you'll find the bottom one day. Alright, so again, uThermal is the elder statesman here. He's been around for at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Okay, so hang on. MaxPax, let's see how old he is here. Dun, dun, dun. He is 17, so he is a baby. And where is your search bar? Team Liquid. Alright, man. So uThermal has a bigger page than MaxPax, and he is 25, right? Okay, so the elder statesman is 25 years old, and the young player here is 17. I want to see how MaxPax stacks up, right, in a PvT. Here against uThermal, blocking the command center, blocking the Reaper hop-up spot. Everything is going according to plan. PvT lately has not resulted in very many long macro games, right? And I'm not entirely sure why that is. Somebody who plays a lot of PvT, let me know in the comments why PvT is basically maxed out at like 10 or 15 minutes. And TVZ and PVZ, did I say TVP? TVP is short. TVZ and PVZ are long, man. Plenty of long 25, 30-minute games in there. At least past 20 minutes. But PvT's like 2 bases, get a third, and go, and win. Like, there's a lot of that stuff going on here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because Storm is good. I don't know if it's because Colossus are good. I don't know if it's because Marauders are good. And Widowmines are good. Like, maybe... I see both races complaining about the state of PvT, and they hate each other, and I get that. And they always have. I think PvT has always had a lot of animosity going on in this matchup. Shield batteries, obviously Terran hate those. I mean, it's all very tricky. It's very tricky to balance, right? But Robotics Facility coming up, and then a Twilight Council here. So not trying to hide this tech at all. I mean, this is front door stuff, man. If there was a Reaper, which there is not. We skipped Reaper, we just made some Marines. Hellions, pretty good against Adepts. They take bonus damage from Adepts, but Adepts do bonus damage to Hellions as well, so you gotta be careful there. This is very tricky matchup, the Adept versus Hellion one. Holy Dark Shrine Batman. Okay, man, this is a MaxPax style play. This is him. He likes proxies, which is why he's checking. Look at this. Look at all of this checking that's going on. Actually, he's proxying. uThermal's the sneaky one today. Which this Adept might actually see. Hold on. Okay, sees the Medivacs and sees... Oh, that's great. Sees the Hellions. So he's going to move his units into position to deal with this. Warp in a Stalker. Bring an Adept over. And should be able to handle this. I mean, this is really, really annoying. It's very nicely executed by uThermal. So 1 Hellion dies, but 2 probes die. Oh, the probe's actually fighting there a little bit too. Trying to get shots off on that Medivac, because the Medivac dies. Oh, now focusing on that almost dead Hellion, though. That's a better priority target here. 4 probes down, 6 probes down. It's not over yet. 8 probes down. Are there enough Stalkers to kill this Medivac? Oh, it had a boost, but it stopped for a second. And it gets picked off. Okay, so what do we lose? A Medivac and 4 Hellions for 8 probes. Fair trade. uThermal lost more by resources, but workers are more important than Hellions are, I think, in the long term of the game. Meanwhile, the DTs are here. Oh my gosh. And they're going to get a tank, and then they get picked up. This is beautiful from MaxPax. I like this kid so much. He kills a siege tank, he gets through the wall, forces a rebuild of said wall, and then gets on out of there. But he's not done yet. Killing that siege tank is just the beginning for these Dark Templar, I think. You can get Are we saving energy for scans now? Yeah, 2 scans on the main orbital and nothing on the natural one, but 2 is good. 2 is better than 0. And actually going to move out with a couple stalkers and a death. This is what I'm talking about. PvT. Hey, we're getting a 3rd base up, but also we're going to try to kill our opponent real fast. Hold on. There's so much of this in PvT. It's such an aggressive matchup. I don't cast enough of it. And I apologize, PvT fans. I really do. The DTs try to come in here, but as I mentioned, actually turn into an Archon. Archon tries to get in here, but as I mentioned previously, there's, well, there's scans, that doesn't matter. There's Marines here now, and that's pretty darn good against Archons. Archons do bonus damage versus biological things, but if you got a nice concave and you're kiting away from the Archon, your range outranges them by a whole bunch. So they kind of suck, actually. So he's going to, see, look, you just kite, pull back, pull back. There it is. Pulling back is going pretty darn well, and yep, you have to get out. So, yeah, Marines have always been very good versus Archons, back before the StarCraft 2 days, even. Robotics Bay, warping in now from the MaxPax. Alright, so maybe he decides the splash damage of Archons is not going to be enough. Let's work on some Disruptors, possibly. Or some Odem Colossus, perhaps. Perhaps. Archons do unload here in the natural. They're not going to get a lot done. Nah, I mean, they're just maybe an SCV or 2. Well, 4 SCVs do go down, so... Okay, alright. This Archon's got 6 kills. He's not bad. This Archon harass. This is usually, so used to see this in PvZ, but suddenly we're seeing it in a PvT, huh? Changing up the meta, and it is Colossus out of MaxPax. I like Colossus. They've always been good. They are a good unit. Back in Wings of Liberty, man, Colossus were the way to go against Terran. They were so scary, and Terran was split whether they wanted to go Vikings against them or whether they wanted to go Marauders against them, and I was always a Marauder fan. Because the Marauders, if they kill the Colossus, then everything else dies. But if your Vikings kill the Colossus, then suddenly the Vikings aren't great at fighting anything else. So Marauders have more utility after the fact. That was always my take on it. Extended Thermal Lance on the way, Combat Shield coming in for the Terran. We got ourselves Stim. A little bit late on Stim. 7 minutes for Stim is late, I do feel like. I do declare. And, oh! Loses the Warp Prism and 2 Archons inside. RIP. Rest in peace. That Adept is maybe gonna shade out. Nope. No shading out for you, Adept. Sorry. Pylon to check for drops there. There's nothing on the southern side to check for drops, though. MaxPax, get on that. Get on it now. Blink. Always a good upgrade. Whoop. And pretty solid, scary drop coming in from uThermal all of a sudden. He's got tanks, he's got Marauders, he's got Marines, he's got a Widow Mine, at least one of those. Possibly 2. I don't know, man. Whatever. Widow Mine, Marine, Marauder, tank drop. Oh, this probe accidentally scouts it. Did he see? He saw it because he's bringing these stalkers back home. They don't have Blink yet. DT Blink is getting researched. What? MaxPax going for those Dark Templar Blinky boys. Ah, this pylon here scouted it. So, okay. I guess information is good to have. Is he following through? uThermal decides to maybe, possibly follow through here, but who knows? Okay, so you sitting over here doesn't do a lot, uThermal. Come on, man. Let's get this ball on the road, shall we? So if he's 25 now, that means 5 years ago he was 20. Man. I don't know. I always felt like he was older than that. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. 4th base for MaxPax is coming up. 3rd for uThermal is running nicely. Yes. But also, there's DT Blink on the way. It takes about 4 minutes to complete that upgrade, but it's good nevertheless. So we've gone from everybody actively trying to kill each other to, you know, a fairly quiet state of things. Although uThermal's on this side of the map, so you know he has mischief on his mind. A Ghost Academy, which is very important in this matchup for sure. +2/+2 is coming in now and stimming onto this 4th base. Get it? But Zealot attack at the 3rd base of uThermal at the same time. Does force cancel. of MaxPax's fourth. The third is under assault, but enough Marines and Marauders are here, I think, to clean this up. Even if they have the charge, I think they used it on supply depots earlier, so that's not ideal. These Stalkers are in a lot of trouble, too, but the Colossus show up, and the Marines and Marauders have to get on out. And blinking to kill Medivacs is pretty good use of Blink Stalker. Meanwhile, this drop finally goes down. Hey, hey. He recognizes, let's go ahead and get there while everyone's distracted on the other side of the map, or out in the middle, I guess. DT's blinking on top of the tanks. Take it down. Beautiful use of Blink DTs there. There's still a Widowmine in the mix, but there's detection because there's an observer floating over this way, and it is dead. So down to 3 base versus 3 base. uThermal's up 162 to 126 supply. Income is favoring uThermal currently, but again, mules are kind of a big deal, and that pro pull reduced the income temporarily too. Enhanced Shockwave, good upgrade for the Terran for reducing shields on Protoss by a wider area. And uThermal throwing down a 4th base here on the low ground. So uThermal went from a fairly dicey position, I would say, just as term of base count is concerned, to a very good one. He's making ghosts, which are super important if you're going to take down a Protoss these days. And honestly, a Zerg. They're just going to get good use of ghosts no matter what matchup they happen to be in. It's kind of like Vipers. Vipers are good in all 3 matchups for Zerg, right? Yes, yes they are. Absolutely. Abduct is a good spell. Blinding Cloud, pretty good too. Parasitic Bomb, useful. What is over here? Oh, is there an observer just watching this front door? Good observer position. Just out of range of the vision of that turret. Very close. But no cigar. And uThermal's going to drop over here again. These guys are just sort of hanging out, but you know they have plans. MaxPax goes for a 4th base at the 12 o'clock instead of that low ground position here on Romanticide that he was originally intending. Blink. Blink. DT mix. Going for it. They're on a mission. They're on a mission from MaxPax. Looking good, boys. A poke into the 4th, but a planetary's there. And Vikings are present too. And the scans and the Marauder slower so good here. Wow, several of those DTs went down without accomplishing anything. More disruptors on the way from MaxPax. uThermal's maxed out on Marine Marauder, Medevac, Widowmine. Here at about 12 minutes. Good blink. A couple Marauders go down. The 3 Colossus are kind of the magic number here. They are very strong against this Marine Marauder composition if there aren't a lot of Marauders, which there are not. And there's Disruptors in the mix too. So army value bigger for uThermal, but the splash damage potential of MaxPax is crazy good. Where did those DTs end up going? Did they come home? Did they die somewhere else? They went home. Fair enough. After losing their friends. Oh, they got more friends. Okay, so they warped in more friends. Which, you know, it's a good way to get over losing friendship is getting new friends, I suppose. Ooh, free Disruptor, though. How did he sniff that one out? Why was a Disruptor that far ahead of the rest of the army? I don't actually know. That seems like a terrible thing. Disruptor shot. Zoning at this stage, right? If the Terran's aware of it, they're just used for zoning purposes. Oh, how did he see that? Dude, uThermal, you're a crazy person. How? How? He doesn't have a turret here. He smelled it, I guess. Game sense. That's how this works, is game sense. Womp, 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 womp. The DTs try to come in again. This time, uThermal misses them entirely. Wait. Ah! EMP blinks out, runs, but Scan and Marauders catching him. Oh, these DTs are not paying for themselves. uThermal's playing extremely well. Good EMP toss down. Disruptor could get some Marauder. Colossus are getting some good hits off here too. A Marine dies. And this is not a planetary yet, which makes it extremely vulnerable. Decent split, but not good enough, baby. The Vikings take down the Colossus and then they land, and now they have bonus damage versus mechanical. Oh! But the Disruptor hits are so good against landed Vikings. Base goes down. MaxPax considers that a job well done, decides to back on out. He is down about 15 supply. Plus, this 5th base attempt at the 4th base location is going to get canceled again. uThermal is just active. He's active on the map. Disruptor shots. Looking good. And, okay. That base dies too. Suddenly, uThermal's on this side of the map, just kind of stimming forward. You don't have any Colossus or Disruptors over here, so your units are all going to die. DTs are not paying for themselves at all. They had a shining golden moment where they were amazing, but the robotics facility goes down. This top right area, whatever uThermal's trying to do up here dies. Gonna lose, oh boy, medevacs and Vikings and whatnot, and suddenly the army value is 90 to 50, if not more than that. Ay, caramba. MaxPax is in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. The Marine Marauder output is too strong without any splash damage. We got some more Disruptors in the mix, though. Oh my gosh, but MaxPax, he's going to try to expand here. It's not going to go well for him once again. Wait, is that Envision? Yeah. He just barely caught a glimpse of that. His forces to cancel again. So MaxPax is down about 60 supply. Not great, but he does have a ton of Disruptors. The great come from behind unit of all time. Big hits. Big hits. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Wow, he's really trying to make this DT thing work. And, I mean, it worked there. Look, decloak DTs. You don't see this very often, but if they get EMP'd, they lose their cloak for a few seconds. If you don't have a scan available, it's a good thing. Disruptors up the ramp. uThermal too aware to allow his army to get killed by that. Building armor. +3 infantry armor coming in for uThermal too. I just don't see a path for MaxPax here unless he gets some amazing Disruptor hits, which, hey, the kid's talented. It's entirely possible he can pull this off. Good, okay, firing off on individual ghosts, but not all the ghosts because there's an EMP. These Marauders engaging, and the slow allows them to kite as well as chase. Marauder slow is a good unit. But those guys were severely outnumbered. Good EMP and catching a Disruptor or two. Here are they on cooldown. The DTs are fighting, but a scan is up. DT's doing pretty well, murdering the southern section. But the northern section for uThermal is big. Disruptors are getting picked down one by one here. DTs, having done their work, now blink out of the circle of detection and death that is there. And it's now only a 20 supply difference. MaxPax is trying to make that comeback happen. uThermal hasn't really expanded for some time. I think he tried to come up here. That got shut down. He hasn't tried. Now he's trying to go to the 6 o'clock. He hasn't tried to take this high ground Vespine Geyser base either, though. Ay, caramba. More DTs. MaxPax is really relying on these guys. They've had a couple good engagements for him today. But it hasn't, I mean... I don't know, man. I say. Once again, this base just does not happen. This is MaxPax not being allowed to get this location. He's got a 4th base now and a 5th base. Still has not been able to take his original 4th base location. DT's feeling it. Blink on top of the army. They have a scan available, which means can they fight through it? No, DTs cannot fight through it. These are 3/3 Marines and Marauders. Thanks for asking. It's +2 attack for the DTs. No armor upgrades. However, working on +3. That's a long ways away. So better upgrades from uThermal. Terrans are very good at getting their upgrades. No. Okay, good. That actually went pretty poorly for uThermal. He was thinking he caught MaxPax napping, but nope. Is this base going to die again? Oh my gosh. No, there's army to defend it this time. Alright, excellent. So maybe this base will finish. I'm rooting for this base. The uThermal is maxed out. He's taken the 6 o'clock, which is extremely important for him. The music is appropriately swelling up. No. Remember when I was like, this base might come up this time? It is not. Wow. God. Output. What is the highest DPS in the game? It's gotta be Marine Marauder with Stim and +3 attack, right? It's just... Did you see how fast the HP went down on that warping and building? Holy crap. I mean, I know Disruptor is like instantaneous damage done, which as far as damage per second go is pretty good, but I guess if you consider the cooldown aspect of it, the number's probably lower. These DTs, oh my gosh. MaxPax likes DTs more than anybody right now. I don't know what else to tell you about this. They're doing good work, and look, uThermal's busy back here. Is MaxPax gonna win this game on the back of some crazy DT stuff? He blinks out of range of the snipe. The cloak is back. They snipe down another ghost. They get the turret, but then they all die anyway, so it doesn't matter. Trying to take down this planetary, though. No, the repair is too good. The army supporting it is too good. 8 SCVs do die. uThermal continues to remax here. His bank is not healthy. MaxPax's is actually better than his right now. MaxPax's income is actually better. Oh my gosh, is this gonna do it? He's been trying to expand here for about 10 minutes. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I don't know. I was thinking uThermal had a really nice lead here, but MaxPax's DTs and his attempted base snipe has gone pretty well, but my goodness, uThermal wants this base to be dead. And I think he's going to get it. MaxPax is on the other side of the map, but also well defended back here as uThermal. He's got 2 separate armies. Ah, the DTs are trying to save the day, and they do! The DTs save MaxPax's 6th, which is so weird to say because it was a 4th for a long time. Army supply 122 to 116. EMPs have been fantastically connecting today for uThermal. He's just so good with them. But a lot of probes died during that attack. The Nexus did not die, though, and that's a big deal. Top right is pretty vulnerable. I mean, if MaxPax wants to go in there, he's worried about getting sandwiched, though. Kind of like this. So this way, he has an escape angle. Good disruptor hit. Great disruptor hit there. There's only 1 Colossus in the mix, maybe because he knows the Viking count is high. Investing too much into that is not good. DTs do blink on top of the 6 o'clock base and take it down. That's a big deal. uThermal's down to 60 workers, fewer in workers. Dude, these DTs, there's SCVs coming to work at the dead base, and they got murderized. MaxPax about even on supply right now with the Terran and the... Oh, yes, this planetary for uThermal's gonna go down. Ay, caramba. He does take it down here, and suddenly uThermal is knocked down off of his 2 most recent sources of income, which we talk about every time as being really important to kill. That said, in a straight-up engagement, I'm not sure that MaxPax feels he can handle it. There's a lot of Marauders here. Marauders are good against pretty much everything present. I guess Disruptors are good against anything on the ground. Oh, that's some free ghost deaths. Very, very nicely done. But yeah, I mean, check out... This is absolutely impressive stuff. The income is way favoring MaxPax right now. Mule's notwithstanding. If this planetary dies, I think uThermal's just toast. His 1st, 2nd, and 3rd bases are gone. That's an oversaturated 5th or whatever base that is. I think we'll call the low ground the 4th. I'm pretty sure that's what the order was. But MaxPax is building a bank. He's just being extremely careful with it. But army value, it's too close to comfort here for the Terran. Disruptors are getting hits all over the place. MaxPax is just hanging back. Oh, killing as many ghosts as he can with those disruptor shots. Coming in all over the place. EMP is getting tossed down left and right. Are there enough Marines and Marauders to crush this army? Yeah, absolutely there are. My gosh, uThermal just chewing through the Protoss army right now. Taking some disruptor hits, though, and DTs come in to do the cleanup after everybody else is dead. He does blink on top of the Marauders. Marauders don't do bonus damage versus DTs, but they hit them pretty hard nevertheless. DTs are very squishy units. Another DT down here. He's got 6 kills. He is dead now, though. Worker count 44 for MaxPax. Wait, 66, sorry, to 51. Army value was 44. Now it's back up with another warping of Stalkers. This is tight. This is a really, really good back and forth PvT here for you today. For your Monday. Possibly Wednesday. I don't know if this is going to come up. Maybe we'll save it for Wednesday. For the win. It's been a while. Monday it is. Anyway, Disruptor Shot. No! But he's gotten enough of those to hit. Like, his hit rate is good. It is excellent. uThermal, guess what base he's trying to kill, everyone? Yeah, that's right. It's this low ground one. It might get saved, actually. These DTs. Oh my gosh, the DTs, though. I mean, probes are dying, but 16 SCVs have gone down. uThermal's down to 30. Trying to stim in here and take down these Colossus. Are there enough Marauders to do it? No. The healing is good, but not that good. Is uThermal done? He's down to 74 supply, 35 workers. This third base is, I mean, it's mined out, but the orbital is real nice to have. He's going to get supply blocked at some point here. No, he's not. He keeps losing supply depots, and he's still at 200 supply. So the amount of command centers he has is very, very nice, and helping him with that. Okay, so it's 54 to 44 army supply. Nobody has like a maxed out giant army or anything. But MaxPax expanding down this left side. He has successfully defended his 6th twice now. And uThermal is back for blood again. uThermal actually retaking the 6 o'clock. Very, very important that he has this base. Colossus present, Zealots, and GG! MaxPax comes out on top. uThermal taps out. He cannot save this base. It's really integral to his plans to win this game that he has this base. Yeah, all those mules are going to die. He doesn't have enough army here. I guess if we take a look at it real quick, what does he have? Yeah, that is nothing. What is that? 4 Marauders and 2 Marines? A couple more Marines and another Marauder added to the mix here. It is just not... It's not enough. It's basically 70 to 50 army supply. There are Colossus. There's no Vikings. There's a Disruptor in the mix. The charge lots alone. No Ghosts in the mix for uThermal. And that's your tap out. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. Okay, that's what he GG's out. And it is, yeah, exactly 6 Marauders and 10 Marines with 7 medevacs. Not enough. Not enough against 9 charge lots, 4 Colossus, a Disruptor, 7 Stalkers. Just way, way, way out. Way out. So yeah, MaxPax wins this thing effectively on the back of DTs. He ends up losing about 1,500 more resources there. Well, 2,500 rather than uThermal, which is a big deal. 48 probes died. That Nexus never officially got killed, but it got canceled about 4 times. But he did kill 2 planetaries today and 2 command centers, and the southern base is going to die as well. So nice job killing bases. Nice job taking down 59 SCVs. The DTs, he lost 54 of them. But they were an integral part of his plan to win this game, and it was so fun. We don't see a whole lot of DT play, honestly. That was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Just an absolutely ridiculously good PvT. That was a lot of fun. I might give that an epic tag. Right? Let me know in the comments. If you're the first person to watch this, let me know in the comments if you think it's an epic game or not, and I'll give it the tag. Because MaxPax was down. He was hurting. He was losing bases. His probe count was not healthy. He didn't have a good army at all. But he kept fighting and kept dancing and kept using Disruptors to good effect and retaking bases and taking out CVs. And he just kind of scratched and clawed his way back here. Well done. Well done by the young kid. Gets the GG. Wow. All right. Well, that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.